Hey, what's going on? I am author, activist, and passionate Jamaican, Shelly-Ann, aka Dr. Sexy-Ann, and welcome to Yeah, I Said It. As you can probably tell, I am outside, and there is a lot of things going on, so I'm gonna jump right into it. Of course, I don't know if you heard, but Soulja won the Reggae Grammy. To a lot of people dismay and disgust and surprise because there's a whole heap of argument around it. I mean, for some Spice fans, she was the clear winner. Obviously, the Academy did not agree. Lots of debate about whether or not it's cultural appropriation and do they deserve it and what's going on with Jamaican music and the artists them not making the best quality music and whole heap of debate around it. Personally, I have two things to say. Thing number one, the Grammys is an American award with Americans on it. And if you want to participate, there's a way to do so. You sign up, you become a member of the Academy, and you get a chance to vote. Now, if you did not do that and you did not vote, well, the second thing I have to say is, some of the people who are go on and on about who did win and who never win, don't buy an album in how much years? Record sales matter. So how about if you support an artist, you put your money where your mouth is and stop the whole heap of Twitter, and actually support the artist. I'm sure if a lot of these artists were getting the support from a lot of the people who have so much to say, then winning the Grammy won't be the biggest thing because they would actually have your support and they could have said, well, I ain't got to depend on Grammy because I got the support of my fans. Fans are people who actually pay, yeah, to enjoy the art. So pay and support and stop the whole heap because that don't help nobody, right? That's what I think. Yeah, I said it. And so today's main story is, yes, I'm back with talking about bun, fibun. Last week I spoke about bun according to the science. This week I'm gonna tell you what I think about bun. So it is bun season. It is Easter. In Jamaica, tradition is that we eat bun with cheese. Now, bun is a sweet pastry made with raisins and fruits and all kind of other great things. If you don't know about Jamaican bun, Google it. But for those who do, bun is a very big part of Easter. But bun is also another word that we use to describe cheating. And that kind of bun give all year round, not just Easter. So I'm going to be talking about bun. Now, in my opinion, woman give born and man give born. That's a fact too. But women give born for different reasons that men give born. And the consequences for women giving born is very different from men giving born. Let's discuss. The first thing is women who are happy and satisfied and fulfilled in their relationships rarely give born. And I say rarely because I can't say 100% about anything. And there are a few women who just, well, we give talking and we bad. And we go to road and man out there and them love man and them just go look man and take man and yeah. But they are the minority. Generally speaking, women who are happy in their relationships don't give born. Let's talk about men who are happy in the relationships. And the reasons why some of them give burn. Well, men give burn because, well, they're breathing. They got an opportunity. I remember I heard a man say to me, then you alone want a man for yourself when the ratio of man to woman is like 100 to 1, like one woman can't get a old good man for yourself because man either dead or them they are prison. Good man is very scarce. So because we're a scarce commodity, we have to share. Yes, that's a real thing. That's a philosophy. So the reasons for giving bun, I'm not even gonna get into it. It's too long. It's too much. But I will say this: Jamaican men have this belief that they're entitled to give bun. As a matter of fact, that we are supposed to expect them to give bun because, well, they have to. They cannot. It's like oxygen. They need it. They give bun. And nothing like, well, you can always believe that if that's what you believe. But my but to that is, if that's how you feel about giving bun, you should apply that to getting bun. Because let's talk about how some of these men who can't help but give bun because man shot feel about getting bun. They don't like it. They can't handle it. They lose their minds. As a matter of fact, just the thought of possibly getting bun sends them into a rage. People's lives are at stake. There have been so many cases reported, documented cases reported, where women have lost their lives because a man thought he was getting bun. Him not have no evidence. It wasn't clear. Women have lost their lives because she left a man, no longer with him, left him, and he felt like, nope, I can't have her, nobody else can, and she loses her life. Remember talk about consequences? Yeah. When woman get burned, some of them ball about it. Some of them say, oh, thank goodness, because they didn't need help with that. The crisis man anyway. I hope she enjoy him. Just make him come home once in a while, pass bills have to pay and so. And she take her bun and she keep moving. When some men get bun, hey, whew, well, I don't tell you. Some women get killed. Some of us get chopped up. Some of them get boxed down. But basically, the consequences for a woman given bun is very different from a man getting bun. Trust me. And I just would like to talk about the man them who look at a woman and say to them, oh, well, me have 4 other women and you going to be woman number 5, and make sure say I don't hear say you have man for me. Yes, that level of audacity exists. Yes, because he want have 5 women for himself, and none out of the 5 women them must have another man, or he will have issues with that. Those type of men, they are very jealous and very possessive, and they don't want to hear it. And them type of man there, dangerous too, because those are the ones that get violent if you even dare to think about giving them bun. Yes. And when they buck up on a woman who will say to them, well, no, sir, you have 5 women, you can't expect me to be with you alone. And them say, all right, well, then we'll know that she probably have a little man, but she can't talk about him. As a matter of fact, he calls and checkups and makes sure and keep tabs because he has to be in control of the entire situation. I told you the playing field is not very level. I'm told that the reason for that is that it's hotter when the man has to receive the bun. Really? I don't know if it's hotter, if it's just that them don't have the emotional intelligence to understand that, these kind of things happen and then need to deal with it. Maybe. Think about that. But what I would say is, I refuse to accept or even think of it as something that comes with giving bun, or a deterrent of giving bun. The violence, I cannot deal with it. I'm not going to even accept it in any way, shape, form, or size, because the truth of the matter is that is life. Infidelity is a part of the game, and if you're going to play with it, then you just have to deal with the consequences when they happen. You don't have the license, the right to, or you're not justified in violating, hitting, or taking anybody's life because them give you a bun. If bun is a fact of life, you have to learn to live with it. Right? Now, what you can do when you get bun, if you don't want to forgive the person for the bun, left the person and go to somebody else. Because if you're going to say you forgive the person for giving bun, and then you need to know what them doing when, who them attack to, how them talk to the person, what them number is. You need a password for everything. You need access to all of the different something them. And you need to watch to see who are like them on Facebook, who them are like. You have to know all of the accounts and all of that. That's a full-time job, honey. That don't make no sense. Unless somebody paying you to do that, you're going to follow back at this person to find out if them being faithful to you. Really? You want to set that on? So my thing is, if you know that you cannot manage, you cannot forgive, you cannot move on, just leave the relationship. If you get the bun and it's hot, wrap up yourself, do what you need to do so you can get over it, and tell the person it was good while it lasted. Sayonara. But if you're going to forgive the person, then you have to forgive them. It's going to be hard to gain back their trust, for them to gain back your trust. It's going to be hard to move on. But if you're going to do that, you're going to have to commit to it and do it. There's no in and out. There's no bringing it up back every single time you have another disagreement. There's no, oh, well, remember the time when you can't remember them time there. If you're going to forgive them, you really, really got to move on. Okay? So if you're going to give bun, or if you're going to take bun, you have to understand bun, how bun at. Yeah, I said it. All fun and joke aside, bun is something that is a part of life. For as long as I can remember, as old as time, people have been unfaithful in their relationships. Now you have to decide how you'd like to treat bun in your relationship, and let your partner know what's up. Let them know what the consequences are. Bun is a conversation that you must have with your partner before you even get there. You're not going to have the conversation because you expect to get bun, but you want your partner to know where you stand and how you will deal with it if it does happen. That doesn't mean you can't change your mind, because you can always say something and then when it does happen you feel differently. But setting a standard is very, very important, and that's a good place to bounce from, right? I know what my standards is what's yours? What's your bun etiquette? What are your bun rules? Some people say give bun with respect. Don't, when you're giving bun, don't talk to none of my family member them. Definitely don't do it none of my friend them. Don't carry the person in my house. Definitely don't make sure say you mix up your workplace with your regular life, because that is too much mix up and too much blender. Either way, whatever your rules are in your relationship, set them so your partner know what's going on and you know what's going on, so the both of you can move on with some sort of instructions and direction. Don't it? Even bun need rules. Yeah, I said it. And that's it for another episode of Yeah, I Said It. I thank you so much for joining me for another week. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I like being outside. I look good outside too, don't it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said it. Until next week, take care of yourself and each other. Remember, orgasms are for real. They are good, and they are good for you. Have them often. See you next time.